I'm Alex Perez.
I'm Mike Morales.
And you are watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com. And we are still reviewing
Suavecito, the world's smoothest tequila, folks. If you watched our Blanco review, this particular tequila comes in at a lower alcohol by volume, ABV, and it is infused with agave nectar.
They're calling it the world's smoothest.
The world's smoothest tequila. They have this proprietary thing. Well, what they're doing is they're bringing it in at a lower alcohol by volume, and in order to do that, they have to put in an additive. So why not use agave nectar? And that's what they've done. And as you can see, the presentation of the bottle, we talked about how pretty the bottle really is. It's a nice presentation. You don't see very many bottles like this at all. I don't even know. I've never even seen a vodka bottle that looks like that. Really.
No.
Kind of nice. You're looking at the gnome number on that too, huh?
1431.
1431. So
it is tequila, folks.
What's that?
It is tequila.
It is tequila. Don't make no mistake. This is an infused tequila. It does have that 2% of additives, but now look at the color on this Reposado. It's gentle. It's a nice, like a golden.
It's a nice gold color too.
Yeah. And again, really pretty legs on this thing. And I'm not sure if it's because of the low alcohol by volume, whether that whether there's more glycerin involved.
Right.
Because it really does sheet and cling to the glass very, very nicely, almost like a liqueur.
You would, exactly. You would think that the nectar would have an effect on that, but it's got a nice nose. Now we don't have any information on how many months or barrels or. Yeah,
I'm not. Just that they have a proprietary aging process for their Reposado and their Añejo, and it's so proprietary that they're not telling us what it is.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
It's got a light nose.
Mm-hmm. It's floral, isn't it?
It is floral.
Very floral.
I think that's the sweetness that's coming through.
Well, there's no doubt that the agave nectar is adding a layer of aroma that is not offensive.
No.
And it's not so sweet that it would, I'm not going to call it a woman's tequila. There's a tendency for us to call it a woman's tequila. It's not so strongly or abruptly directed to that market.
Well, even the Blanco, I think it would be very attractive for a for appetizing for, or you could call it a gateway tequila.
A great gateway tequila, but again, remember, you've got that infusion, and it's really different. I think that if you'd have infused this in another way, you walk that thin line where you could have really messed it up.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had tequilas that we know have been infused or enhanced, and they've messed it up completely. This is actually done well. It's very well done.
Smell some caramel or vanilla. Yeah, both actually.
No harsh alcohol at the bottom.
No,
and that's because of the lower ABV, I would imagine.
Actually pleasant.
There's a little wood. There's actually a little wood in there. Is that whiskey or bourbon?
It's definitely got some influence of either whiskey or bourbon.
Yeah, there's a definite char,
and it really goes well with the agave nectar. I think it's a nice little marriage.
Yeah. It's not a common that we get like honey on some of these Repos and Añejos, right?
It's definitely honey. I was smelling caramel. But in the taste, is it honey or is it agave nectar that we're tasting. But it's actually it's very, to me it was very smooth. It rolled over my tongue into the palate, and then it had a nice bite at the end.
Very minimal alcohol, and it will coat your palate again as the Blanco had. You know, it will. These are, you know, and once you get to Reposados and Añejos, some of these are designed to coat your palate. So, I don't know if you were going to do a flight of different tequilas. I would either do this
probably
last.
Last.
If you did it first, you'd have to do stuff.
It would affect the rest of your
right.
tasting.
You'd have to do stuff to your palate that only we can do. You know, like coffee, vodka. You know, rinse out your mouth.
Rinse out your mouth with vodka.
Yeah. You know.
No, it's well, it's just like if you were to have a piece of chocolate or something sweet when you're having wine or you're having.
Yeah.
It pretty much kills your palate.
That's it. You're done. You know. But Suavecito's really got something. It's different. It really is different at a lower ABV with the enhancement of the agave nectar. It's done well, folks. It's actually done well. I'm impressed. And there's no offensive alcohol, or there's not a really strong alcohol attack.
Right, or the ethanol is coming up in your glass. It's actually very pleasant.
Yeah.
I would sip it.
I would too. You know, it'd be a great dessert. In fact, for the Reposado being what it is, be great served with dessert, or as Alex suggested, some chocolate. If you're going to do a flight of just this tequila, you know, and nothing else, go all out. You know, use some chocolate, use some oranges, something with cinnamon sprinkled on it, maybe. Really play with what you've got here, because I think that's the other thing too. It really allows itself to be paired with some sweets, with some food, or maybe something opposite.
I would venture onto a old fashioned for this one.
You think so? You think it would be too sweet for an old fashioned?
Well, an old fashioned, you're putting a sugar cube or a simple syrup in it. I do it with simple syrup, and you muddle with a piece of orange.
Oh, okay.
And muddling some orange in there, I think it would go well. We'd have to try that.
There you have it.
Very good.
This is Mike Morales.
I'm Alex Perez, and you are watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com. As always, sip wisely.